Is your pipeline dry and you're looking for immediate business? Or are you looking for now business so that you can finish the fourth quarter strong? Well, you've only got 45 to 60 days to put something under contract in order to close it by the end of the year. So I put together 4 lead sources that can help you achieve your year-end goals. I'm going to share with you today what they are, why they're important, what's involved, and how you can work them effectively. Number 1, expired listings. You all know what expired listings are. They were a house that was listed for sale, it didn't sell during the term of the listing contract, and it expired. Well, those people are still most likely looking to sell their home. This is a very important lead source for you because these people not only want to sell their home, but it's the lowest hanging fruit, and they're most likely more motivated now than in the 3 or 6 months that they were on the market, and they're probably even ready for a new price reduction. These people are likely dreaming of getting into a home by the end of the year, and it could present 2 transactions for you. 1 in the sale of their home, 2 in the purchase of another. So when you get them on the phone, when you're moving them through the process, this could end up being 2 transactions that would help you finish the year really strong. So what's involved in working expired listings? Well, 1, you're going to need your MLS, and 2, you're going to need a place that you can do a reverse lookup where you can take the address from the MLS and look up what their contact information is so that you can get a hold of them. I like to use fastpeoplesearch.com. It's a free tool. You can do a reverse lookup. There's also a couple other websites out there that will give you free contact information as well. So whatever you use, you're just going to need the phone number for those people that have expired in the MLS. Now, how to work expireds, all right? First off, if it's a newer expired listing, you're probably going to have a lot of competition. The goal is to give them a call, find out what their motivation is. I like to open it with, hey Jim, this is Mike from Terra Firma Realty. I was calling about the house at 123 Main Street. I'm just curious, did you sell the home or did you decide to take it off the market? We know they didn't sell it, but it opens the conversation around why the home is currently off the market. So when we get them on the phone, make sure that you have your script in play that will take them through the motivation, why they're looking to move, the timing, and why you are going to be the resource that's going to help them get that sold. Now, there's an easier way to go about doing this too. If you have a little extra money to spend, my pro tip for you today is to engage a service like RedX or LandVoice or Vulcan 7. These services will not only find the expired listings for you, but they'll also provide you with the phone numbers in which to call so that you can reach out to these folks. A couple of these even have a built-in dialer that will allow you to reach out to more people in a faster time without the burnout of having to dial them. So expired listings are number 1. Number 2 is for sale by owner listings. These are properties where homeowners think they can do this by themselves. They've listed their home for sale. That's important because it tells us that they're motivated to move. They're not yet ready for an agent, but research shows that 85% of FSBOs end up selling their home with an agent. So even by getting them on the phone, if you hear that first no, don't give up because there's a really strong chance that they're going to sell down the road. So what do you need to have in order to work FSBOs effectively? 1, you could leverage a couple of different resources to find them by doing a Google search for your community. Look for local FSBO websites. These are places where people can get exposure for their listing for sale by owner, and you can look those up. Also, go ahead and check Facebook Marketplace. Check local community groups, Facebook market groups, Craigslist. Drive around your neighborhood and find signs out for people who are doing a for sale by owner. But make sure that it's not a home that's a limited service listing. If this is listed by an agent and it's a limited service listing, hands off. You can't touch it. If it's listed with a brokerage, you can't touch that. So make sure that you don't find yourself getting in trouble. Now, how is the best way to work for sale by owners? Well, 1 is you can approach them as a seller. This is probably where you're going to get the most resistance, especially if it's been on FSBO market for a short period of time. They still think they have the bandwidth and the time to be able to do it. So you can approach them as a seller. However, if you get a lot of resistance, you can either pivot to approach them as a buyer, or you might just adopt the approach of moving to them as a buyer. If they have a home to sell, they likely have to go somewhere else. I've actually found that the least resistance is to approach FSBOs as a buyer opportunity. When they try to shut you down and say, I'm not interested in talking to an agent about selling my house, you let them know that you didn't call them for that reason. You're calling them to help them move into their next home. Now, whether you're approaching it as a buyer or a seller, make sure that you have a long-term follow-up schedule where you're going to deliver value to them. Okay, they're not choosing you right now, but 85% of them choose an agent down the road. So it might be 2 weeks, it might be a month, it might be 90 days before they're ready to list with an agent. But if you're delivering value to them during that time, you're forming a rapport, you're earning trust, you're showing them that you're the authority in the market. So go ahead and send them things like market stats, things that you expect to happen over the next 6 months. Inform them of the proper disclosures they're going to need. Okay, a real estate condition report. Maybe they've got a well and septic system. Maybe they know they've got high radon gas. Make sure that you inform them of disclosures that they have to make. Also, by having that conversation with them about those disclosures, you can talk about the liability that comes into play by them selling on their own as well, and how you can help mitigate that. Go ahead and visit their house. Provide them with staging advice. What can they do so their home shows better? Come from an area of contribution. I know you want to get the listing. You probably are hoping that it doesn't sell and that you will get the listing, but show them how helpful you are. Show them what kind of character you have. So if you provide them with some staging advice, maybe it helps them sell it. Maybe they think that, hey, you're giving us value with nothing in exchange. Other things that you can talk about is how to prepare their home for sale with regards to a home inspection. What do they need to look out for when a home inspector is going to come through there? So again, just deliver value, and when the time comes, you'll be top of mind. Now here's a pro tip on working FSBOs. Those resources that I talked to you about before, RedX, Vulcan 7, LandVoice, they can also pull FSBO data. So you can have all that information in one location. If you're working expireds and you're working FSBOs, you could have all that location in one platform and be able to effectively work them. Number 3, and I actually just shared a really in-depth process on this a couple of weeks ago with you. Number 3 is open houses. You guys, one of the things about open houses are great to begin with, but one of the things that's nice about open houses is it allows you to skip that phone call. Okay, when we're calling expireds and we're calling FSBOs, we have not developed any rapport yet. We're on the phone, we're a complete stranger. But when we're at an open house, we're inviting somebody into the open house and we're having that face-to-face conversation with them. So we're able to shorten that sales cycle. We're able to build more rapport, build more trust as we're face-to-face with them. Okay, so that's really huge. Also know that over half the people that are attending open houses are looking to make a purchase within 90 days. Okay, and they could be a buyer and seller as well. If you're in a first-time home market, likely they're going to be a renter. But if you have a $600,000-$700,000 home or more, and they're coming to your house as a buyer, they may also have a home to sell. So as you're trying to really finish the year strong or launch into 2026 strong in the first quarter, this could be 2 transactions that you could win in this opportunity. So a couple different things. Where can you get the open house opportunities? Maybe you're an agent that doesn't carry a lot of listings. Maybe you're not real strong in that. You could certainly utilize your own listings, and by doing this, I don't mean just having one open house. Okay, if we have a new listing and it doesn't sell in the first week, we'd like to do another open house week too. There's nothing says that you can't do multiple open houses or host that thing open until it sells. If you're a listing agent, your goal is to get that thing sold, and so host as many open houses as you can to generate as many future opportunities out of that one listing. Now, maybe you don't have a lot of open houses, but maybe you're part of a team. Okay, if you're part of a team, hopefully that team will have open houses that you can list. At any given time on my team, we have 38 to 45 listings, so we have plenty of opportunity for people to go out there and list them. And if you're not on a team and you don't have listings, look for somebody else in your brokerage that you can host their listings. Sometimes listing agents don't like to host open houses. Sometimes it might be on the market for 30 days and they don't want to host another one. So just reach out to your brokerage and see if they have any inventory that you can host. And if you're with a company like an EXP where there's a lot of agents and it's not just that one brokerage, but it's statewide, you have even a larger network to work from. So don't let not being able to find the open houses be your crutch in holding open houses. Now, how to work them effectively, I'm not going to go real in depth in that. If you just go back and look at the video I produced 2 weeks ago, you can either find it on my Facebook page or you can find it on my YouTube channel, Rocket and Real Estate. 2 weeks ago, I went through the 3 phases of running an open house, the lead gen and marketing phase of that, the actual open house event itself, and then the follow-up strategy. So I've got all that detailed out. Go ahead and look for that video and it will take you on a real deep dive for open houses. The fourth one that you might not be very familiar with is what we call our A and B leads. Let me explain that. An A lead is somebody who is looking to buy or sell a house within the next 30 days, or we have an appointment with them. A B lead is somebody who's looking to buy or sell a house in 30 to 90 days, and we don't have an appointment with them. If they're a B lead by time frame and they schedule an appointment, they automatically become an A lead. Now, we communicate with them differently. An A lead is somebody who, again, is looking to do business right away, and so it's important for us to communicate with them on a weekly basis. A B lead is somebody who's 30 to 90 days out, and our goal is to contact them 2 times a month, so usually 15 days apart. Why are these A and B leads important? They're important because most agents are terrible at following up. I mean, all you need to do is follow up on schedule and you're likely to not lose the business. However, most agents don't, there's a study that's been done on this, most agents don't even follow up a second time. And so all these leads go without any support, no follow-up, and it creates an opportunity that all you have to do is follow up on schedule and you're going to win. The other great thing about these leads is that they're already qualified. They already know you. You know their timeline. You know what they're looking for. You've probably already developed trust with them. You might have even showed them some homes before. And it's only a matter of helping them find the house that fits their needs that they can make a move on now, or if it's a seller, helping them finalize this decision on why now is the important time to sell. So what's involved with this? One is, if you've got a database of any kind or a pipeline of any kind, you need to get in the habit to start labeling your leads. We actually have another lead that we tag, it's called C. So we do the ABCs of lead management. A C lead is somebody who's going to be more than 90 days out, most likely going to be 6 to 12 months. So they're in that 3 to 12 month window, and we label that as a C lead, and we follow up with them once a month. So start tagging or labeling all your leads as an A, B, or C, so you know what schedule to follow up with them on. Now, it's really important to understand that every touch that you have has an expiration date. If I have a conversation with you today and you're one of my buyer or seller leads, I'm only going to stay top of mind for a certain period of time. If I show you homes tomorrow, I'm only going to stay top of mind for a certain period of time. The farther out you get, the more opportunity you leave for them to either forget you, or they're on Zillow and Realtor.com and they see a house and they've forgotten you, and now they fill out a contact form on there, and now they're looking at homes with somebody else. So we want to shrink that window. If they're within 30 days of buying or selling a home and I follow up with them weekly, I'm top of mind enough. If they're a B lead and they're 30 to 90 days out and I'm following up with them twice a month, I'm following up with them at a cadence that's going to allow me to stay in front of them. So make sure that you do that. How do you work this? It's really simple. Just reach out to them on the cadence that I just described to you. But when you reach out, we're not reaching out and just checking in. Okay, so many people call up an opportunity and somebody they've been following up with for a long time, and hey Dan, it's Mike, I was just checking in, how are things going? Okay, stop checking in. At some point, they're going to stop taking your call. However, when you call them and you have relevant information that's related to their buying or selling process, they're likely to take your call because they know it's going to be something important. So be armed with current stats about what's happening in the market. Be armed with what to expect over the next 6 months. Okay, and I'll share a little tip with you. Right now, over the next 6 months, we're likely to see prices keep coming down. Just open the MLS and look for some stats, but prices are going to likely keep coming down, creating a better opportunity for buyers in the market. Okay, we also might see some more interest rate reductions. We might see ourselves by the first quarter getting closer to 6%. That could be great. We're also, over the next 6 months, going to be seeing less competition as we're moving through winter. Okay, February is when our spring cycle always picks up, and that's when we're going to see a lot more competition. That's when historically we start seeing prices coming up, and that's when we're going to likely see homes going for over asking price. Right now, homes are starting to sell below 100% of asking price. So share that type of information. Share why now is a better time to buy or sell than the competitive spring market. Now, here's my recommendation for you. I just gave you 4 great opportunities: expires, for sale by owners, open houses, and AV leads. Okay, I recommend that you pick one of those and build a system out for it. Get really good at it. Not only proficient, but start to develop some mastery with it. The more reps that you do in it, the more your skill is going to build. The more skill that you build, the more you're going to convert it. Expireds and FSBOs are going to be more competitive. Open houses and AB leads are not competitive. If you're choosing expires or FSBOs, it's really important for you to get really strong at your craft because you're going to be competing against other strong agents in your marketplace. So the more reps you take, the more you can build skill, the higher you're going to convert. Stick in that for at least a couple months. Get really good at it. Maybe even the entire fourth quarter. Once you find that you're really crushing it on one of these pillars, then start a second system. Bring another lead source in. Just remember, the more pillars, the more lead sources you have, the more stable your business is going to be. So give it ample time to build it out, build it really strong. By the end of the fourth quarter, or maybe even the first quarter, go ahead and start one of these as your second lead source, because again, all four of these, it doesn't matter if it's the end of the year, the start of the year, or the middle of the year, these are the four that are most likely to bring you the immediate result that you're looking for. So build one out in the first quarter. All right, more pillars you have, the more chance you have of reaching your goals. Put one in place now, put one in place in the first quarter of next year, and your 2026 will likely be the strongest year that you have when you've got a couple more pillars. So here's the finishing strong in 2025. If you have any questions, if you want one of my programs on one of these, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. Have an amazing weekend.